Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. Okay, here as I sit in another hotel. Way too much travel this year, I'm telling you. It's like, okay, gotta go somewhere. So here I am in lovely Bluffton, Indiana. Y'all know the reason I'm up here, reason why we didn't have the live stream last night. I'm up here for a funeral today. But I got a question for you. Let's say you move to a new town. And, you got to find a new doctor and a new grocery store and everything. You need to find a new bank. And so you go into the bank and you sit down with the bank officer or whatever to open a new account. And, you ask the questions like, okay, is it interest checking? What do you pay on savings accounts? Yada, yada, yada. And you get all your answers. And then the bank manager tells you, goes, okay, just so you know, understand this. He goes, once a year we get robbed. They take about 20% of the assets that we have here in the bank, and we don't have insurance, so you won't get that money back. I just want to give you full disclosure right off the get-go. Would you open the account? Probably not. Okay. It's like, gee, you're paying me 3% interest, and I'm going to lose 20% this year. Thanks. And the bank manager looks at you and goes, what are you, greedy? No, it's my money. I earned it, right? And the bank manager looks at you and he gets all irate and is completely confused. It's like, what do you mean? This should be totally fine. That was exactly what happened yesterday. Our illustrious Senate Minority Leader, crying Chuck Schumer, went on The View, of all places, to talk with the tubs of lard that are sitting on ABC and think they actually have an audience. I mean, it's funny. They get more views based on the mockery that conservatives give them than they get actually from the Karens that sit in the audience or sitting at home, at 450 pounds, eating boxes of chocolate and drinking Diet Coke because they're working out. But, Chuck Schumer decided to go on The View yesterday and called Americans greedy for wanting to keep more of their money, for not wanting to pay taxes, for not liking the regulations, for not being able to make the decisions on how their businesses are run. I want you to watch this.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people, a barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that really happened. That's not an edited video. Those aren't memes. That's actually what Chuck Schumer said yesterday. You think about this. We all work hard, okay? Maybe you're retired, okay? Maybe you did work hard. You're not anymore. Maybe you built a business. I've built 3, okay? Yeah, I busted my ass. You busted your ass. You traded your labor for those greenbacks so you could buy stuff. You did not trade your labor so we could do more transgender mice studies or put on LGBTQ operas in South America somewhere. No, you worked so you could put food on your table, put a roof over your head, put some sort of car in the driveway, and maybe give a better life to your kids. But no, Chuck is all upset that he's not going to have enough money to piss away on all sorts of wasteful products. They're coming out and saying, oh, this is a tax cut for the rich. Trump is just trying to appease his billionaire friends. Yeah, you know what? I don't think Bill Gates is really much of a friend, or Warren Buffett, or Jeff Bezos, or Reid Hoffman. George Soros. They're not exactly what I'd call friendly to Donald Trump. Find very many people, I mean, more than maybe a handful in Hollywood, who are 7, 8, and 9-figure net worth people that support Trump. It ain't the billionaires that Trump's trying to help. And that scares the crap out of the Democrats. They got to come up with lies. This is the only thing. Schumer's out there saying Trump's tariffs are going to cost the average American $2,000 more a year. No, not even close. I'll tell you what, repealing the Trump tax cuts will cost us $2,000 more a year. It'll cost us more than that. The only way that tariffs are going to cost me any money is if I buy stuff that's made in other countries. If I buy stuff that's made in America, guess what, Chuck? It doesn't cost me anything else. Okay. Now, granted, there's some things at this point we don't have a choice because thanks to Bill Clinton and getting rid of all our manufacturing in the United States, we don't make shit here anymore. That's about to change. And we already saw that in the first month of the Trump presidency. We added 30,000 manufacturing jobs. Funny how that happened. Okay. Sure, we're still stuck buying crap that's made in China. But what happens when it's starting to be made in the United States? Well, China, for example, will have a choice to make. Either we get out of the American market or we reduce our prices. Getting out of the American market is not an option for any other company in the world. We are the biggest consumer market in the world. Mercedes is not staying afloat because of all the cars they're selling in Bolivia. Mercedes is making their profit based on the cars they sell in the United States. Okay? You know, Samsung or Apple ain't making billions of dollars a year based on the cell phones that they're selling in Korea. They're making the money in the United States because the people here, for some goofy reason, have to upgrade their phone every year. Gee, I got an extra $1,000 to piss away. Let's go buy another phone. But when we start making them here, all of a sudden, what happens? This is not a giveaway to the billionaires. This is a giveaway to the middle class. This is not trying to rebuild the middle class. Reduce the taxes on the hardworking people, not the business, not the people that are sitting in the CEO's office, okay? Unless, of course, you're CEO of, the mom and pop hardware store or something like that. Sure, then it's going to help you. But why the hell should Chuck Schumer tell the guy who owns mom and pop hardware store how you have to hire? You don't have enough women in here. You don't have enough minorities in here. Well, I need to have somebody that knows something about plumbing or knows something about electricity or laying carpet or lumber or whatever. Well, you're going to just have to find a woman that knows that or a minority that knows that. No. Well, there's the difference. It's not only the taxes that Chuck is bitching about. It's also all the other stuff. This is called getting rid of DEI. There's another good idea. But why should we, according to Chuck, why should we be so upset that the government wants to take our money to tell us how to run our business? You know what that sounds like? That sounds like communism, okay? Where the government controls all the businesses, where the government takes all the money, and they give you what they feel you deserve. You need to take this video, especially the clip of Chuck Schumer, and show it to all your friends, if you have any left, that are liberals, and go, this is what the idiots running your party think. Chuck was out yesterday telling everybody how deep of a bench they have, how things are looking so upward for the Democrat Party that things are going to be great. The Democrats currently sit at a 27% approval rating, the lowest of all time, okay? CBS, liberal CBS, did a poll the other day about who the most influential person in the Democrat Party is, who the leader of the party is. You know who got the most votes at 10%? AOC. Okay? If AOC is the leader of your party, you're in a lot of trouble. Okay? We have a really deep bench. Look at all the great people we have potentially to run in 2028. Let's see, who's kind of putting feelers out there? Gavin Newsom, Pete Buttigieg, J.B. Pritzker. If that's what you call a deep bench, I'm feeling pretty confident that we don't even have to run a campaign in 2028 to win. Okay. Chuck was saying something about how great of a leader he is for the Democrats, because there's a lot of infighting going on. They're all pissed off about Schumer voting to pass the continuing resolution last week. How great of a leader he is. What he's really best at is, getting more Democrat senators elected. And he points to 2020 in Georgia and goes, I got both Georgia senators flipped from red to blue, Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, and all these stories about how the Georgia election was as crooked as a pencil, or as a pretzel, there we go. Yeah, sorry, Chuck, you didn't get that. You cheated, okay? Just like, sorry, you ain't telling me Joe Biden got 81 million votes. It didn't happen. Neither Ossoff or Warnock won that election fairly. You know it, I know it, and every single one of 350 million people in this country knows it, okay? You cheated, and you're trying to take that to the bank as success. If your great success is you are a world-class cheater, ask some of those guys who go to Vegas and try that, how it works out for them. In the end, they wind up with broken fingers, broken knees, or maybe out in a back alley somewhere. Not that I'd see a problem with that for you either, Chuck. Just all I want to see broken is your spirit, your will, and certainly your career. Pinball.